So from a customer perspective, we work directly with the billing entities, so typically speaking educational institutions, healthcare institutions around the globe, commercial entities as well. So we support clients out of 26 markets, primarily out of the US, Canada, UK, Australia, as some of our main regions. And then from a payments network perspective, we collect in over 140 currencies and have local presence in almost 30 markets. The most challenging market, it's hard to pick just one because it probably changes on a daily basis. But the beauty of what we get to do at Flywire is go solve the more challenging problems out there. Anybody can go solve Euro, but when you're starting to talk about markets like China, India, Pakistan, Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, Brazil, and the list kind of keeps going and getting longer. But really anywhere where there's a challenge in moving funds or currency out of market, typically is a good challenge for us to go tackle and solve that problem. From a regulatory perspective, one of the things we look for is there specific carve-outs or policies in place that allow for education payments or healthcare payments specifically. In both those cases, they're very safe, low-risk funds flows, and the fact that we have a closed-loop network tied to the biller directly, obviously enables that conversation at a different level than most other providers can have. So for India specifically, we've worked closely with our banking partner, Deutsche Bank, in region to go get special approval from RBI for our process and for our funds flow, mainly because of that fact that it is a closed loop, it's safe funds in terms of what's moving overseas for tuition specifically, and we've been able to provide a very localized solution that's convenient to the payer. Absolutely, so we go through a very diligent onboarding process with all of our customers, as most companies do, as any payment provider really should. So we typically sign multi-year engagements with, again, the biller. So let's take MIT as an example. We work directly with them to make sure that we are integrated directly into their billing process. So what it looks like from a payer perspective is when they receive their bill that's due to MIT for tuition, they will have an opportunity in there to use Flywire as their payment method. It'll either be a link directly to our website, or in some cases we integrate directly with the billing platform that the school or other provider uses. And then from a payer experience perspective, obviously you get that tuition bill, and you have Flywire as an option. You go ahead right into our platform, you enter the amount that you need to send, and we guarantee a rate right there at booking, and we guarantee that the amount will be exactly what you put in there at the beginning of the process. So the MIT receives the right amount and the payer has a transparent, convenient process to make that payment. Yeah, great question. So again, I'll go back to that biller relationship. I mean, that's a big piece for us, is the fact that we've created this closed loop network across the globe to be able to move funds locally for a payer into the network, and then locally out to our billers out of the network. Because we've set that up, it allows for a very safe, convenient way to do it. I wouldn't actually sit back and say frictionless is the right place to end up. I think that having some friction in the process is healthy. It allows for the right compliance and the right rules in place. But for us, it's really that contracting entity with the biller that makes us unique. Yeah, so for us it really stems around that payer choice. So while we've been talking about that biller relationship all the way along, we also know that it's really critical to make sure we're providing that right type of method or right opportunity to the payer making a payment into the network. So we continue to see the borders to be reduced from a global perspective in currency movement, and really it coming down to payer choice and methods available to them is what we see as the future. So from a numbers perspective of Flywire, one of the few that really pop out to us is the fact that we'll process over $5 billion US this year for 1,600 plus customers across the globe that are billing entities that we work directly with. And we do that across over 140 currencies and 26 local options across our markets. It's interesting, we've been talking about that with the team a little bit as well since we've been to so many of these conferences. You know, I think really it's a sophistication that's coming into the conversation that maybe wasn't there early on when it was much more of a startup conference. And I think for us that really helps enable a business like ourselves to have the right conversations with potential partners and banks here at the conferences. So we really enjoyed it.